What's up, guys? Today we're doing the movie ones, the films or whatever movies, and then tomorrow we're going to be doing the worst ones. This is the best ones. So yeah, without further ado, top 5 best films of 2011. Top 5 best films of 2011. At number 5, Kung Fu Panda 2. Now, even though I loved the first one, the second one, well, there's other films in this lot that I loved more than this one. The second one was still very funny. Paul returns to try and save Kung Fu again. Even though he just got Kung Fu, now has to save Kung Fu from a guy called Shen, a peacock, basically. And it's a very good movie. Basically, Paul has to learn something known as inner peace. Has to learn something called inner peace, which allows him to which allows him to grab a raindrop, which in that movie is so awesome. Basically, Dustin Hoffman, who plays a Shifu, grabs a raindrop and puts it into some kind of leaf. It's so cool. It is really good. Even Tigress has inner peace as well, because she's able to hold back powerful fire. But then Paul learns it, and there's a funny scene where he learns it though. It's a pretty good film, and to say they've also got Vin Diesel in this movie as well. It's so awesome. I think he plays as Master Croc. I think he plays as Master Croc. I got a joke for that. What a croc. That's an awful joke for this kind of thing. It's a good movie though. I recommend people watching it. I don't want to give out too many spoilers. It's got good laughs and that. It's even got a hint for the third film at the end of this movie. I won't give it away. I'm not giving it away unless you've seen the third film first, and you're watching this one next, which is kind of weird. I guess you're going through the Star Wars route. But anyway, it's a good film, but it's not my favorite this year. So yeah, at number 5, Kung Fu Panda 2. At number 5, Kung Fu Panda 2. At number 4, X-Men First Class. Another good X-Men movie. This one I liked a lot. Even though it doesn't have Patrick Stewart or I forgot his name now. Ian McKellen, is it? Yeah, Ian McKellen. Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen's not in this one though. But I thought these two are good. You've got James McAvoy as Professor X, and Michael Fassbender, I think his name is, as Charles Xavier, and also Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. Now, the other woman who plays as Mystique, don't know her actress name, was okay, but I think Jennifer Lawrence is playing the best Mystique I have seen in MCU history. She plays the best one. Also, Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy plays a decent Professor X and Charles Xavier. I prefer Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, but those two play a decent enough one. Basically, what it is though, X-Men First Class is basically Professor Xavier who finds Mystique and then opens a school for kids basically to learn how to control the powers. He meets Magneto. He meets Magneto. Damn it, I forgot his name. I forgot his real name. And he also meets a bunch of other characters as well, especially Hank Pym, who becomes Beast, the guy with the glasses. Then you've also got a guy who can use sonic waves, and a guy who can use adaptability. A guy a guy that can fly. I think I'm wrong when I say a guy that can fly. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. Boy, it's been a while though. But to say it's a good movie is a very true thing. It is an awesome movie. This X-Men First Class was very good. It was a great origin story to see how it all did it. This one actually also explains how Professor X went into a wheelchair, how it all happened. It's quite depressing, that part as well. But it's a good movie, and I recommend people watching it. But it's not my favourite. So yeah, at number 4, X-Men First Class. At number 4, X-Men First Class. At number 3, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. The sequel to the first Sherlock Holmes. Now, the first Sherlock Holmes movie was really good. This one blows it out of the water. This is the best. Basically, what I remember is Sherlock and Watson are on the case to discover a doctor known as Dr. Moriarty, and they have to stop him because for some reason he's evil. I don't know how to explain this plot line without giving out too many hints, but it's very good. Plus, Dr. Moriarty is also an envisionist, just like Sherlock Holmes, who can envision what is going to do in that lot and how to stop it. The end fight scene with Sherlock and Dr. Moriarty was really cool. I'd recommend people watching this film. It was really good, and it had some cool ass stuff as well. Again, from a lovable Robert Downey Jr. Such an amazing actor, and this movie shows him off very well. It's very good. It's got loads of puzzling facts as well, and yeah. Again, great music as well. Just like the first Sherlock Holmes movie. The first Sherlock Holmes movie had very good music. This one had outstanding music, and all in all, very good twists and turns. And very good fighting scenes, like I said. I'd recommend people watching it, and good story as well. Don't forget good story and good acting choices. Again, recommend people watching this, but it's not my favourite. I'm going to get to that. So yeah, at number 3, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. At number 3, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. At number 2, four. Now, this one's number 2. Reason being is, I'm not a big Thor fan of Marvel. He's an okay character in my opinion of Thor, but Liam Hemsworth, I think his name is. He played a pretty darn good and decent Thor. My God, I don't think there's anyone who could replace him as Thor. He did really good. The first thing I saw was the Avengers. That was the first MCU with them all together, and I saw him as Thor, and I thought, I'll watch the first ever Thor movie, which this came out before the Avengers though, because they had to build up to the Avengers, and by God, it's done it. To be honest, this is doing it a lot better than Zack Snyder's shitty Justice League. This has done it a lot better. And to say, oh, but we want to give out stories about the new characters now. You have to do characters first, then group movie later. MCU know what they're doing. Characters first, group movie later. Obviously, for some reason, we won't get a Hawkeye or Black Widow movie, even though I do want one. But, we had a Captain America one, we had an Iron Man one, we had a Thor one, and I think also a Hulk one as well. And then later, they joined forces in the Avengers. Even though the Hulk actor got changed, but still, they joined forces in the Avengers, which was awesome. You don't just have them join forces in the Avengers. Before you say, what about Captain America Civil War? That's not called Avengers, though. It's called Captain America Civil War, so obviously there is going to be war. And plus, Spider-Man Homecoming is not an origin story. Wonder Woman, right, the new Wonder Woman film, is an origin story. But yet, she was in Justice League. I think Wonder Woman came out before Justice League, but still. But there's going to be an Aquaman movie, and I think that's going to be an origin story. Again, you need to do it first! But to be honest, it's a very good film. Basically what happens in this, Thor loses God powers because he's been abusing them, and gets sent to Earth to live with mortals. He kind of doesn't like it though, but he has to get used to it, and eventually he'll find his hammer to become God. Because, well, to be honest, Loki's about to kill his father and he's got to stop him. It's a good movie with good action and good story. And if you're a big fan of the MCU, even though I'm not a big fan of Captain America, I have to watch every single one of them and also the others so I understand what's going on. Because when I watched the Avengers, I didn't understand most of it because they're saying stuff from other films. So it's like, great, got to watch them now. So I understand what they were talking about. And when I watched that film, I was like, yeah, now I understand what you're talking about. So, again, if you like the MCU, watch this and watch the others, you won't be disappointed. So yeah, at number 2, 4. At number 2, 4. And my number one favourite film of 2011 is, our best film, should I say, is Hugo. A very good movie this is. Another good movie with Chloe Grace Moretz and her other kid is playing as Hugo. Basically, what this movie is about is the art of invention and creation. Basically, it's about a French director who decided to make films color. He was the first guy to decide to make films color. It's basically like a backstory on the guy who made color pictures, because before it was all black and white, and then that guy managed to make it all color pictures and make it into longer movies instead of just one frame. Because the first ever black and white picture, right, was basically a train coming towards the camera, and people were freaked out by that because it was the first thing. They thought it was real though. But then they decided to make it. But then that guy decided to make it color, and it really worked. It's a very good origin story. Plus to say that Chloe Grace Moretz's character plays as the granddaughter, I think it is, or is it the daughter of the guy? I don't know. It's something like that. It's a good movie, and it's set in France. Ho 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 ho. I probably offended the French by doing that. Sorry, French. But it's a good movie, and Chloe Grace Moretz had to even put on a French accent. And I will admit, she did a pretty damn decent enough French accent. I will admit, that kid who plays as Hugo, I'm not sure about his accent. It was all over the place, I will admit, but it was still a good story, and I felt touched and motivated by this movie. And also, Christopher Lee is in this movie as well. Rest in peace. He plays as the bookshop owner. You know, again, rest in peace. Good actor. It's a good film. And Sacha Baron Cohen, I think his name is. Oh, he's in this film as well. He did okay though, but never a big fan of him. I am never a big fan of Sacha Baron Cohen. But even though I'm not a big fan of him, this movie still did very good. And it's my number 1 favourite. It's got some good scenes in that lot, and a very good climactic finish as well. It's not anticlimactic, it's got a very good ending, like I said, and this movie definitely deserves people to watch this. Good movie, and, well, I don't think we're going to get a sequel, but obviously not, because, you know, it's like a backstory thing, but to be honest, it is, to stay as it is. I think a sequel would actually kill it though. To stay in as it is good enough. So yeah, at number 1, Hugo. At number 1, Hugo. Well, guys, that's it for my top 5 best films of 2011. Join me tomorrow. We're talking about my top 5 worst films of 2011. Let's say this now: people are going to hate me for what I put down on the top 5 worst ones, but my opinion as always. Well, guys, bye.